Lin Manuel Miranda, Hamilton, slams Texas church for unauthorized performance and anti-LGBTQ plus changes. Recently, the Door Christian Fellowship Ministries in McAllen, Texas, live-streamed the performance of Hamilton. The play was heavily criticized for containing altered dialogue and song lyrics and was followed by a sermon by Associate Pastor Victor Lopez, comparing homosexuality to addiction. The Dramatists Guild, a group that represents playwrights, composers, and lyricists, stepped in to have the church take down the streamed play. In a tweet, Miranda stated, quote, "Grateful to all of you who reached out about this illegal, unauthorized production. Now lawyers do their work. And always grateful to the Dramatists Guild, who have the backs of writers everywhere, be it your first play or your 50th, end quote." What do you think?
Sue the doors off this place.
Seriously.
For sure, seriously.
You know, and if gay is an addiction, I'm happy to have that addiction. I'll just say that. I've been studying it for 62 years, and I think I finally mastered it.
You know, growing up as a Pentecostal preacher's son in the church, hearing that constantly over and over again, and just it makes life so challenging as a young person, especially because you're already trying to figure out who you are, and having people kind of put gates and walls up around you just makes it that much more frustrating and confusing. I watched the clip that was on Twitter where he's saying, you know, if you're struggling with this, if you're struggling with that, if you're struggling with homosexuality, and likening that to certain things, which first of all diminishes what those things are in and of themselves. Addiction is a serious deal. And it also just mitigates any ownership of self for young people altogether who are in that environment. It's crazy.
Yeah. What do you think?
And you know, and whether it's Hamilton or any other intellectual property, you know, there's a thing called satire. You know, there's a thing like Weird Al Yankovic, you know, used to do with all the songs and the parodies and all that.
Randy Rainbow too.
Rainbow, you know. But when do you go too far?
Right.
And this is clearly an attack on our community, and quite frankly, it couldn't possibly even be considered a hate crime.
You're absolutely right.
And we're lucky to have the Dramatists Guild there looking out for the well-being of writers everywhere. So that's really where
Fortunately, Lin Manuel has the money to be also able to stand up. Because think about the small artists that don't have those resources that can go out and protect themselves and their rights. So good for Lin Manuel for making a statement.
And you're going to go after the biggest play on the planet.
Yeah,
I mean, think about that. You know what I mean? Hamilton is the biggest play in the planet. Not too smart of them, you know? Lion King back in 1985, Glenn, but yeah.
Well, you know, I live in the past.
That's the thing though, is that like a lot of church culture, not every church and not every believer, but a lot of church culture is so behind the times that they constantly come behind pop culture and try to recreate or rewrite it. And it's like
what do you think?
create
It's the Bible?
something new, create something beautiful, and share whatever message you have that way.
The Bible that you can just rewrite it to your own whim?
yeah.
They probably do, yeah.
Translation.
That sounds familiar.
Wow.
Wow.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.